morning everyone. I'm going to post two videos. The first one is about the chemical properties of haloalkanes. So today we will focus only on haloalkanes. Clear? Haloalkanes, in that they can undergo three characteristic reactions. The first is elimination reaction, second is reaction with metal, and third is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. That reaction we have to study in much detail, and that is why in the next video I will post that reaction. So for now we will focus only on two types of reaction. The first one is a elimination reaction. In this reaction, haloalkane is reacted with alcoholic KOH, so that in haloalkane, carbon containing halogen is considered as the alpha carbon, and the adjacent to alpha carbon is considered as a beta carbon. So when haloalkane is reacted with alcoholic KOH, then from alpha carbon halogen is eliminated, and from beta carbon hydrogen is eliminated. And that is why, in order to satisfy the valency of both alpha and beta carbon, double bond is formed between them. It means that by elimination reaction of haloalkane, we get alkene, which is unsaturated compound. Clear? This reaction is also known as beta elimination. Why? Because from beta carbon, hydrogen is eliminated. So we can say that beta hydrogen is involved in this reaction, and that is why it is known as beta elimination also. One more name given to this reaction is a dehydrohalogenation, because hydrogen as well as halogen are eliminated, and that is why it is called dehydrohalogenation. Clear? Now, halogen which gets eliminated from this, it will react with the potassium of KOH and it will form KBr, and hydrogen eliminated from beta carbon, it will react with OH of KOH and it will form H2O. Is that clear? So this is all about elimination reaction of haloalkane. Now in this, the question is, in this example which I have cited here, there is only one beta carbon, but there are haloalkanes in which there are more than one beta carbon. It means that halogen containing carbon is present in the middle. For example, this is called 2-bromopentane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon atoms, so it is pentane, and second carbon, it contains halogen, it is present in between. Clear? And that is why this is alpha carbon. Now adjacent to alpha carbon are called beta carbon. So in 2-bromopentane there are two beta carbons. Clear? Now when this compound is reacted with alcoholic KOH, then there are two possibilities. One, if this is considered as beta carbon, then the double bond will be formed between these two. Means we will get this type of alkene. 1, 2, 3. Third and fourth, this two carbon atom will have double bond, and this is, so it is pent 2 in. From this end we will start counting. Clear? So the carbon containing halogen must get the lowest possible number. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So second carbon has double bond, so it is called pent 2 in. Now if this is the first terminal carbon is considered as a beta carbon, then double bond is formed between these two. So this type of alkene is obtained, which is called pent 1 in. Now the double bond is between first and second carbon, so it is pent 1 in. Clear? So in this type of alkene, where more than one beta carbons are there, so we get two different compounds. One is a major product, the other is a minor product. Now Russian scientist Sedzev, or it is also known as Zaitsev, he examine all the products which are obtained by the elimination of this type of haloalkanes, and he came to the conclusion that the major product which is obtained in dehydrohalogenation reaction is that alkane in which more number of alkyl groups are attached to doubly bonded carbon atoms. Now here you can see these two are doubly bonded carbon atom. On one side there is methyl group, on another side there is ethyl group. Means two alkyl groups are attached to doubly bonded carbon atom. But in this minor product, if you can see, to the doubly bonded carbon atom only one alkyl group, and that is propyl, is attached. Here on this side there is no alkyl group. Clear? So according to Zetsef or Zetsev, in dehydrohalogenation reaction of haloalkanes, the preferred product is that in which greater number of alkyl groups are attached to doubly bonded carbon atoms. Clear? So in beta elimination reaction, suppose you are asked the short note on beta elimination reaction of haloalkane, you have to explain both the cases. Clear? But from this particular Zetsef rule or Zetsev rule is again very important for 2 marks, so it can be asked as a separate question also. Clear? So see, here I have put important tick mark because this particular topic is very, very important. So this is about beta elimination reaction. Now the second type of reaction that haloalkanes can undergo is the reaction with metals. Majority of chloroalkane, bromoalkane or iodoalkane, they can react with metal, and the alkyl group which is present in this haloalkanes, it can form bond with the metal. So this type of compounds are known as organometallic compounds. So in reaction with metals, again there are 2 types of reactions. In the first reaction, we are going to prepare organometallic compounds. In that, example is Grignard reagent. This Grignard reagent was discovered by Victor Grignard, and that is why it is given the name in honor of that scientist. Now this reagent is the example of organometallic compound. Now how it is prepared? So haloalkane, as I told you, it can be chloroalkane, bromoalkane or iodoalkane. It is reacted with magnesium metal which is taken in a dry ether. Clear? Then this magnesium, it enters between alkyl and halogen. So we get RMgX. The name is given in the sequence, that is alkyl magnesium halide. Clear? This alkyl magnesium halide is known as Grignard reagent, and here you can see the carbon of alkyl group has formed bond with metal, and that is why it is called organometallic compound. Clear? Here this R can be any, means methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl. Sometimes it is phenyl also, means benzene ring also. And this halogen is either chloride, bromide or iodide. So alkyl magnesium halide is a Grignard reagent and it is an organometallic compound. Now here one very important thing about this reagent is, here you can see the bond between carbon and metal is a covalent bond. Means it is formed by sharing of electron, and this bond is highly polar. Highly polar in the sense this metal is electropositive and this alkyl group is electron attracting group. So here this alkyl group will attract the electron of this metal, clear, towards itself, and that is why the bond becomes highly polar. So magnesium will acquire partial positive charge and alkyl group will acquire partial negative charge. Is that clear? And as the electron of magnesium metal is attracted by, it is pulled by this alkyl group, so magnesium is becoming more positive, and that is why the bond between magnesium and halogen becomes ionic. So in the same reagent, that is alkyl magnesium halide, Grignard reagent, we can find two different types of bond. The bond between carbon and metal is a covalent bond and it is a highly polar bond, but the bond between the metal and halogen is a ionic bond. And that is why whenever this reagent, it is highly reactive because of these two different types of bonds present in that, and whenever it is possible, if it gets a chance to react with any protic compound like water or alcohol or amine, means you can take ammonia or you can take RNH2. These compounds are sufficiently acidic to provide proton required to react with this Grignard reagent. Clear? So this Grignard reagent, whenever it comes in contact with the protic compound, means which can easily donate proton like water, alcohol or amines, then it will accept proton from that compound and it will form hydrocarbon. Clear? So proton of that compound will, suppose for example, this is reacted with water. Clear? So when it is reacted with water, from water it will accept proton and it will form RH, that is hydrocarbon. And the OH of water will go between magnesium and halogen, and this type of compound is formed, MgOHX. Clear? So here hydrocarbon is obtained when Grignard reagent is reacted with any protic compound like water, alcohol or amines. So this is highly reactive, so whenever it comes in contact with any proton donor, then it will immediately form hydrocarbon. And that is why the reaction of the preparation of this Grignard reagent is carried out in a dry ether. Even a small trace of water can convert Grignard reagent immediately to hydrocarbon, and so the reaction is carried out in dry ether. So this can also be asked in a small short question, that why Grignard reagent reactions are carried out in a dry ether. So you have to explain all these things. The Grignard reagent, they have carbon metal covalent bond which is highly polar bond, and this carbon pulls the electron of magnesium towards it, and that is why the bond between magnesium and halogen becomes ionic. So Grignard reagent becomes highly reactive and it can easily accept proton from the protic solvents and gets converted into hydrocarbon, and that is why the reaction is carried out in dry ether. Clear? This is the first reaction of haloalkanes with metals, that is Grignard reaction. Now second is the preparation of hydrocarbon with a double number of carbon atoms. This is also the reaction of haloalkane with metal. Here also the final product is hydrocarbon like in a Grignard reaction. Clear? But here the peculiarity of this reaction is hydrocarbon that we obtain contains double the number of carbon atoms than haloalkane. Here you see I have taken Rx, and in final product, that is hydrocarbon, also I am getting RH. But in this reaction, which is known as a Woods reaction, we have to take 2 moles of haloalkane. When it is reacted with 2 moles of sodium metal taken in a dry ether, then this RR gets connected and we get alkane which contains double the number of carbon atoms compared to haloalkane, and this halogen will go with Na, so we get 2NaX. Clear? Now here example, 2-methyl chloride or chloromethane, 2 moles of. It is reacted with 2 moles of sodium taken in dry ether. Then this methyl group will get connected and we get ethane. Now here in ethane hydrocarbon there are 2 carbon atoms, but in methyl chloride there is only 1 carbon atom. Clear? So Woods reaction, it gives hydrocarbon containing double the number of carbon atoms compared to original haloalkane. Clear? So in conversions, suppose you are asked that convert suppose alcohol, methanol into ethane. So methanol into ethane. So first thing, you have to see that in methanol there is one carbon atom. Clear? It is like this. In methanol we have one carbon atom, and the final product we want ethane. You can write like this, rough work. Clear? So compared to the reactant, in the product we get we need double the number of carbon atoms. It means that we have to carry out Wood's reaction, so that the final product will have double number of carbon atoms. But to carry out Wood's reaction, this alcohol needs to be converted into haloalkane. Means it is to be converted into, suppose, methyl chloride. Then by Wood's reaction it will give ethane. Now preparation of haloalkane from alcohol we have already studied. So you have to apply that knowledge. Clear? So by any of the method that we have discussed, you can use that method, convert alcohol into alkyl chloride or alkyl bromide, and then carry out Wood's reaction, and you will get alkane, hydrocarbon, with double the number of carbon atoms. So as I told you in the previous lecture, if you don't know how to convert one compound into the other, don't worry about it, because it is asked hardly for 2 marks. But if you know the theory well, and if you apply some logic, if you apply your knowledge consciously, then you can easily convert one compound into the other. It is, the conversion is asked from your textbook only. Clear? It is never asked from out of the syllabus, and that is why whatever theory topics you have studied, using the knowledge of those topics, you will be asked the conversions. Is that clear? Okay. So for today, this much is enough. Chemical properties of haloalkanes. The first reaction is elimination reaction, which is called beta elimination or dehydrohalogenation. In that we have to discuss Sitjeff's rule or Zetsef rule. Clear? Second reaction is with metal. In that the first reaction is called preparation of organometallic compound, in which we prepare Grignard reagent, and second is the preparation of hydrocarbon with double the number of carbon atoms. In that we study Wood's reaction. This Wood's reaction is also many times asked in 2 marks question. Clear? Okay, so now in the next lecture we will go for nucleophilic substitution reactions.